Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to cut your actual blocks. I've already cut one as a sample. So first you have to line up your strips. This is the first strip that I cut. I just cut one of each so you could see. And first thing you do is you line it up. I just lay down the first one, and then I just continue to lie down the next, each layer on top, so that they all match. To double check, I always look at the edge, and you can see the colors match up of the design. I also double check this edge and eyeball it. I really don't do the pin method, it just takes forever, but if you're more worried about being off with your eyeballing, you can of course use the pin method where you stick the pin in the same spot through every layer and line it up that way. I also, after I cut one, I always double check this edge too and make sure that my colors are lining up on the design, and they still do. If they don't, then you can pull them back up and relay them out again to make sure that they line up. So now, once you cut one, I usually go like this way off of this line because this is a straight shot, but you can do whatever you prefer. So since I want 3-inch triangles, that's this mark here, it has the seam allowance on this tool built in, so you cut along the 3-inch line and it will be 3-inch finished with the seam allowance. So I cut a little bit larger, so if you can see the 3, here's the 3 right here. I'm going to cut just a little bit larger just so that I have a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm going to put this down. It may fall over, table's a little shaky. So I line this up, and it is tough to get through 6 layers, so I usually do like a rocking method like this. I can't just usually do a straight shot because it'll wiggle. So it's not the normal cutting method with a rotary cutter, but that's how to get through all the layers. Sorry for the shakiness. To get through all the layers, that's what I do, and I just go through a little bit at a time. This fabric seems to be pretty thick. It's really good quality fabric, so it's just much easier to cut all 6 layers at once rather than try to line up, because you'll never match it up the same. Okay, so I don't know if that was even on camera. So I have this larger triangle. Now again, it's much larger than I need it to be. So what I do is, now that I have 2 excellent cut lines here, I just need to cut this 3rd one. So I turn my triangle this way and I line it up against the 3. Now, like I said in the previous video, I don't mind a little bit of waste because this, for me, is more relaxing and less stressful than having to cut exactly perfect and worry that I'm going to be off. Just like, say you're off a hair this way or something, then you basically ruin this whole piece of fabric, this whole set. Whereas this method, a little bit of waste prevents that. So now I'm going to cut my last little bit, and again, I apologize if the camera starts rocking. And you get the hang of cutting these. After a while, it doesn't feel this tough. I'm kind of shocked that it's so difficult right now to cut through. My last One Block Wonder was so easy. I just went right through and it was fine. This is a little bit thicker fabric, a little bit better quality. So now I have my perfect triangles. Well, not nearly perfect, you know, perfect for me. So you check the edge and you can see the colors lined up of your design. I mean, they're off a little bit in some spots, but it's not going to make a difference once you have your seam allowance taken out. It's perfect.